Hello and welcome to Reginaldesq. I'm Underhook and this is my review of the Italian Tier 3 medium tank, the M15/42. So is it any good? It's not bad. Not great, but it's not bad. It looks exactly like the Tier 2 version, and it even has the same armor characteristics. So same hull, same turret as Tier 2, which would lead one to believe that the armor doesn't hold up as well as it did at Tier 2, and you would be correct in that assumption. You used to be able in Tier 2 to go hull down and pretty much tank shots. You can't really do that anymore, although it will still stop auto cannons from Panzer 1Cs and that sort of thing from the front anyway. Has 10 degrees of gun depression, a very high rate of fire, pretty good penetration, although the damage is low for a medium tank. I think it might even do the same damage it did at Tier 2. My crew is 100% trained. I have the commander has 6th sense at 82%, so it's not working yet, so that doesn't count. The driver is working on smooth ride at 83%. The radio operator is working on situational awareness, which is at 82%. And the other guy is 83% on camouflage, so that'll help you know what's going on. I have binoculars fitted and a camouflage net fitted and a toolkit, and just the toolkit because I didn't want to pay for anything else, I guess. We'll have a look at a quick comparison, but I'm not going to do an armor comparison because we did it with the Tier 2 tank and really the armor is nothing to speak of. So here we have all the non-premium medium tanks at Tier 3. I think there might only be one premium tank anyway. So this is our tank here on the left, and let's have a look. So DPM wise it's lowish. The D2 is the lowest and the Sommer French one is lower again, is the lowest. All the rest are higher than us. Penetration of 70 mils is pretty darn good for a Tier 3 tank, and it's the second highest in its tier. The Chi-Ha has 81, which is sensational, and that's the best. The worst, well, the intermediate has 38, but I'm pretty sure that's a high explosive ammunition gun, and I think the Panzer IV-A at 43 is as well. So really, I guess 57 on the medium 3 is the lowest. Rate of fire of 27.27 rounds a minute is really good. The next best is the D2 at 23.08. The worst is the Panzer IV-A at 15, but most of them are around about the 20 mark, so 27 is pretty good advantage as far as rate of fire goes. The shell velocity of 830 is pretty good for a Tier 3 tank. The D2 at 885 and the Samoa S35 also at 885 are the best. The worst is, of course, the medium 3 is 538, so I wonder if that might be high explosive ammunition. No, I don't think it is. 530, it's pretty slow. 620 on the M2 medium, which is very fast for HE ammunition, and 385 on the Panzer IV-A. So shell velocity is quite good. Aim time of 1.8 seconds is the second best in its class. The Samoa S35 has 1.7, as does the medium 3. All the rest, 1.9 on the Panzer IV-A, the others are all 2.3. So very good aiming time, which makes sense because the alpha damage isn't very high. The dispersion of 0.38 is okay. It seems to be reasonably accurate, and some of these others are worse, but you know, that's, like I say, that figures take it with a grain of salt anyway these days. Elevation of 20 degrees is okay. 10 degrees gun depression is really good. The worst in class is a medium 3 at 8. All the rest have 10 or above. Forward speed of 40, it does feel a little slow. It's not too bad off the mark, but then it just doesn't go anywhere after that. None of them are super fast, although the medium 3 has 48 as a top speed. The D2 is the slowest with 23. 15 reverse speed is about average. Some of them have 12, some have 18, so you know, it's about the middle there. The terrain resistances are quite good in the tank. The turret traverse of 34 is pretty slow. The D2 is the slowest with 28, and the Chi-Ha only has 30, but all the rest are pretty high, close to 40 or more. So 34 is pretty slow turret traverse. Track traverse, though, is thankfully pretty good at 42 and is the best in class. Really, though, as far as maneuverability and all that, because the armor doesn't hold up, in Tier 3 you're probably better off in a light tank. But, you know, it's the Italian line, you don't have a choice, you've got to go medium. What else can I tell you about this thing? Armour-wise, you can see here that I'm not going to do an armour review, but just say 45 at the front of the hull and 42 at the front of the turret. It's similar to the D2 and similar to the Samoa S35, so they're all pretty well armoured. The others were probably more well armoured than them, but really it's not going to stop any proper tank. It's only really the machine guns that'll stop. Health of 260 is pretty good. The M3 medium has 280, that's the best, and the Panzer Ray is 270. The worst is the M2 medium 210, so 260 is not too bad. View range of 320 is pretty awful. In fact, it's the equal worst. The D2 also has 320. The best in class is the M2 medium at 370. The others all have 330. So that's a problem. You can't really spot very well, especially for yourself. And the radio range of 415, sorry, is also pretty bad. So spotting is a bit of an issue in this tank. Okay. So it's a tier 4 game. We've got, I think, 5 tier 4 games. It's almost always a tier 4 game. I very rarely get a tier 3 only game. So yeah, your armour doesn't hold up at all, really. Now, I'll try and explain what I'm doing, because I figure if you're watching tier 3 review, you might be a new player. So we should probably talk about what we're doing. A lot of times on this particular map, the map is called Cliff. People try and go up the top near the lighthouse there. Scouts try and get up there because it's a good spotting position. Sometimes at low tiers they don't try it, but usually what I do is if you line up about here, somewhere, you can do it from down the bottom even, you can shoot the enemy scout as they're going up. And at higher tiers it works really well. So I'm stopping in this bush here, so I'm camouflaged, and I'm just going to wait. I'm hoping our Panzer 1C will proximity spot anybody else who's charging up the hill, and it looks like nobody's coming from the enemy team. So our Panzer 1C is going up to the top there with the light towers. You can see him going up there now. They've got a Chi-Hay down there, but he looks like he's going around the side. I'm just waiting in case this 14P spots something. I'm kind of having trouble believing nobody from their team's going up there, but we see an LTP coming up now. I aim, but he doesn't come up, and I think it's because they're low tier, the tanks are so small, they don't really stick up enough. I don't think this 14P is not going to block my shot, is he? Okay, he did kind of block my shot, but I didn't have a shot. And somehow we got some spotting damage there, even though that other tank would have been proximity spotting it, I would assume. Don't know how we got that spotting damage, but we did. Now, because of the position that guy's in, I'm pretty sure I can drive up here and spot through these bushes. If there's nobody here, we might be able to light up some enemy tanks. So let's see if we can do that. This is normally a really risky spot to come up here in higher tiers, because there's always somebody here and you get spotted, but nobody there. Can't see anybody over there. We've got a Lux over there. I'm just trying to make sure this BT-7 is not hanging up on the edge. No, he's down the bottom. Alright, so we should be able to probably just drive out here now. There will be tank destroyers up there. Oh, can we get a shot? No. There will be tank destroyers hanging up at the back there. They might spot me here, so I'm going to try and get behind this rock as quick as I can. Looks like we didn't get spotted, or no one shot at us anyway. Can I get a shot on this T-56? He's gone off the radar there, and I don't really have any bushes to spot from, so I might just get smashed there. So I changed my mind. We'll move around a different spot. Now, I was playing this, I am playing this right now on the Hong Kong server, so my ping's about 120-ish, so you know, hit 145 there, so you might see sometimes the game doesn't respond really that well. So I'm hugging the wall to go up this bush, because I'm sure there's going to be tank destroyers hanging around the back there, and there we go, we've spotted, it's a D2. I'm getting ready to fire, but I don't really want to cop fire now. We've spotted a Marder as well. Now, Marder's got a really good gun and would rip me to pieces, so I'm moving back. So we've already got some spotting damage in that D2. And now you can see the bush has gone solid. So I can shoot the bush and he won't be able to see me. So I'm getting shots, but I got hit by the D2. Thought, hang on. How did the D2 spot me? The D2's dead now anyway, but he shouldn't have been able to spot me because I moved back 15 metres from the bush. Ah. Is that Panzer 3? It is. Panzer 3, he's sitting there. He spotted me. So I'm getting behind this rock here. But that Panzer 3E is what spotted me, which allowed the D2 to shoot me. So I've just got a snippet of him sticking out here. And we get a shot into him there. Our teammates finish him off. He has undershot at me but misses. Wow. Alright, so now I'm going to take up here a spotting position. At a higher tier you couldn't do this because you'd get spotted before you got to the bush, but at these lower tiers we can get away with it. I wonder if this guy's AFK. He's just sitting right in the middle there. So we're getting assistance damage because we're spotting the tank and other people are shooting at it. Oh, one assumes he's an AFK. He wasn't even in his tank, so someone didn't log in, but we've now got this. And, yeah, we were getting spotting damage on that as well, so we managed to spot that guy too. So, good. We'll be getting some points for damage as well as assistance in this. I think about driving down there, but you know, this tank's pretty slow. That A20 going there is really fast, so by the time I get to anywhere, I'm not going to be able to shoot them, so I'm probably better off just staying here and trying to get shots. And we get a nice one of that Cruiser 4. Oh, he's behind a rock or something, is he? Oh, I'm just going to shoot because the game is a little bit behind my gun. Like, you can see there the server reticle is a little bit behind my actual movements. So I'm just going to fire even if I can't see the tank yet. Oh, game over. There you go. Pretty quick game. Class 2 in the tank. We did a bit of spotting, as you can see. We actually finished on top for our team in that game with 476 damage. I guess because we were a tier 3. Some other people did more damage than us though. We fired 17 rounds, 12 of them hit, 11 penetrates. So good penetration, accuracy not so great. 476 damage, hits received 3. We did bounce one, so that's good to know. 4 vehicles spotted, 5 damage, 2 destroyed, and 421 assistance damage. So almost as much assistance as we did actual damage. There you go. So the map is Serene Coast and it's a tier 4 game. Oops, I might change that so it's showing tanks. I'm going out this side, but I'm not going to take any risks. I'm in a very slow, unarmoured tank, so I'm not going to drive out and try and manoeuvre and outmanoeuvre people. Plus my ping is, you know, what's sitting on 200 at the moment. It'll settle down to 140-ish, I think. And I'm just going to sit in this bush here, see if I can do some spotting, let my binoculars and camouflage net kick in. Now, I was been playing this, I played about 80 something, over 80 games in this on the Hong Kong server, and I didn't realise that the line between Singapore and Hong Kong was down, and I'm playing from Australia, so I had really bad ping of about 200, 230, and the server reticle was like several seconds. You can see now the server's behind, like the server reticle moves behind my reticle a fair bit. Like you can see it's taking a while to catch up. That's because the ping is, you know, over 120. But when it's 200 something, man, it would take like 3 seconds. it felt like I was playing in treacle. Even if you were moving and you shot, the shot would just go nowhere near the tank you were shooting at it, because even if that tank was stationary, because your movement threw the gun way off. So, yeah. Anyway, I played a whole bunch of games on this Hong Kong server and I hated the tank. But I wanted to get the crew 100% before I did the review, because I wanted to make sure it wasn't the crew. Anyway, just like yesterday, they have fixed the wire between the two sites, and that's why I'm getting like 100. I've got 150 ping at the moment, but it's settling down to around about 120, 130-ish at the moment. And so I played a few games in this today, and that's the games you're seeing now. At least I have a chance of hitting tanks. Like when the ping was really bad, I just couldn't hit anybody unless they stood completely still for about 4 seconds. So yeah, it was terrible, but the tank is performing a lot better now. So obviously the ping was most of the problem. And I assumed that, you know, if you have a good ping, maybe 40 or something, that it will go a lot better for you. The reason I am playing on the Hong Kong server is because you can't play low tiers on the Australian server. On the Australian server, I have a ping of around about 40, about 40 average. Sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's 50. But yeah, no one plays low tiers. It's really hard to even get a tier 5 game on the Australian servers. No one's playing. There's just not enough players. Oh, can we get another shot on this guy? Oh, he's dead. Oh, so we're getting a bit of damage. We're racking up a little bit, and I don't think we've even been spotted yet. So, see if we can hit this guy. Now, yeah, if you had better ping, these sort of shots, the reticle will be keeping up a little bit better and you'll be able to get some of them in. So the tank will perform better if you've got good ping. Whoa, he's just there. Good for us. Now, I'm assuming I would have been spotted just then. The martyr doesn't appear to be in any hurry to get out of the way, so take care of him. Yeah, assuming that I got spotted, now we've got to get this guy while we've got cover. If he comes round the corner before I can wiggle his health down, I'm in big trouble. He's here. But we managed to get him. Okay, good, good. My engine got taken out. Oh, I'm getting shot from the side now. He's on the railway track somewhere over there, but because I was spotted, he's able to sneak a shot into me. That hurt. 77 damage from that 10 TP, tier 4 tank. Waiting for this guy to appear now. I'm assuming, we saw him coming, I'm assuming you guys are about to appear. If I was him, I would use those tanks as cover and shoot from there. There he is. It missed. So he doesn't even appear until he shoots us, and then I fire back my fully aimed shot, which I pre-aimed 10 seconds ago, and it missed. That's one shot you don't want to miss. Now, if I pull back, he's got lots of cover, which means I have to fully aim. He doesn't have to fully aim, so I'm not going to shoot at him. Oh, damn, am I about to die here getting shot in the back by his TP? TP seems focused on my teammate, which is good for me, because he probably could have shot me in the back then. He's going to come out here. This is why it's good to have your map big, because it's easier to notice on the map when someone's outflanked you and stuff like that, if they've been spotted. I don't know if this other guy's creeping up on me or not. I don't want to poke around the corner because he's just sitting there pre-aimed. Oh, he's up the top there now. Maybe our other tank spot him. So if he's up the top there, I might be able to sneak in and get a shot. Oh, you're kidding. I bounced off him and he got me, but I think he only tracked me. He wasn't even looking at me. He had time to turn his gun, fire and hit my track, whereas I fully aimed at him and missed. Yeah. Alright, so I'm not going to poke around the corner and he's waiting for him. I'm going to try and use this bush and see if I can just spot the guy so that maybe this M2 medium can shoot him. Moving up a little bit. Okay, so we've spotted him now. I can't get a shot because even 10 degrees of gun depression isn't going to shoot over that hill without... I'd have to come right out of the cover to get the shot, and there's no way. This guy's obviously a fairly good player. He's also in a tier 4 tank. Now, we have 3 tanks remaining. They have 2. So my M2 did shoot at him, but he missed him, unfortunately. Oh, that shot hit him. But the M2 paid the ultimate price. Alright, that guy's come down now. So there's 2 of us and just this 14 TP left. I'm waiting for him to come out. And this time we actually hit. I don't think I was fully aimed that time. I think this time I just fired. I don't want to go out there again because I'm a one-shot kill for this guy. I think he does like 70 damage per shot. And yeah, so I'm trying to see if I can spot him. Now I didn't notice this straight away in the game, but my teammate is capping. Probably a really bad thing. Well, I can kind of understand why he's doing it, but it's probably a bad thing to do. It would have been better for us both to sneak up in this guy. So I'm worried about this 14 TP is going to come round the side there, because he could just muscle in and kill me if he wants to. So I'm kind of getting in a position where if he comes around behind me, I can drive forwards. And if he comes around in front of me, I can hit him. I decide now to see if I can get round behind him. So if he's still at that rock, behind that rock there, waiting to shoot me between those 2 tanks, I'm hoping I can get round and get his back and surprise him. And then maybe get a 2 shots into him before he can hit me. Because once he hits me, I'm dead. And he's not there. Maybe he's already gone around and trying to get behind me. Doesn't look like it. I don't think I would have spotted him. No, he's not there. Which means he's on his way to reset cap. So we better head towards cap. Oh, there he is. He's near our cap and he's just killed the guy who was on cap. Unfortunately, that 14 TP seems to be quite a fast tank. And we are very slow. So now I've got to make a decision. Do I wait for this guy? Thing is, I can't kill him with one shot anyway. Do I stay here and wait? Keep going through the bush. I might go up to this next bush and maybe wait at that one. I don't know whether the guy is going to head to it. If he heads to our cap, he could out-cap me. Because he would arrive on our cap before I arrive on their cap. I think about stopping here at this bush. But because of the hill, I won't actually see him until he is right on top of me. So I have to take a risk and move forward. And hopefully I can get the cover.
We're dead for. Everyone get out.
Or not. Class 3 in the tank. Finished second for our team. 35 shots fired for 11 hits. Oh, we had a bit of bad luck, I think. Of the 11 hit, though, 10 penetrate. So the pen is good. Total damage of 452. We received 5 hits. We did bounce one of them. Doesn't say how much damage we bounced, though, anyway, does it? Oh, yeah, 47 we bounced. No, that's damage caused with assistance. It says we bounced the shot, but doesn't say how much damage we bounced. Maybe it was absorbed by the tracks. Vehicle spotted 1. Vehicles damaged 4, destroyed 2. Oh yeah, that was the one that a guy fired and hit us in the track. That's what it was. Didn't make much money, but we lost, so. The map is Abbey and Shock Horror. It's a tier 4 game. Again. Yes, like I said, at least 80% of your games are against tier 4 tanks. It's just how they do the matchmaking now, so. You just have to deal with it. So, slow tank, bad maneuverability. So I'm just going to behave a bit like a tank destroyer. So a whole heap of us here lining up to get shots. It's kind of better to be more than 15 meters behind the bush so you can't get spotted. But unfortunately, it's a lot harder to shoot the targets. So I'm just going to stay here and shoot from here. I've got a guy spotting there, and unfortunately, with all the server lag, I can't move the gun that quickly, so I couldn't get a shot on that guy. We've missed those couple of shots on this Panzer 3E. That one hits, and we actually caused some damage, 51 points of damage. That guy gets killed, and I had my gun preset too high there, so I couldn't hit him. I do think now I might be able to get one of these guys through the gap here, so I'm just getting ready. No, it doesn't come through. And I decide, my initial thought was to do a few shots here, then head off down the left of the side and go up the left side of the map. Now I started, then I realised there's no one, not a single person on our team has gone up that flank. So if I go up there, I'm just going to get killed. So I run into a tier 4, it's just going to slaughter me. So I think, no, I'm not going up there. So I go back here again, there's still some action here, so they go, oh, we might get some more shots here. Getting a sort of a green indicator to track that one. Ricochet. Okay, that one went in. So that's the D2, which is another tier 3 medium. It has similar armor to us, and we are penetrating it though, but we were getting orange indicators in spots there as well, so the armor can hold up at range, I guess. We're getting hit there by a Panzer 1C. He's actually shooting the other guy who sprayed us as well. We shoot at the Panzer 1C, but actually bounce off it. But you can see there, I think we took 8 damage from the Panzer 1C, we bounced 48. So you can bounce most of them off the front of the tank. No one else is driving out in front of my gun at the moment. But one of these guys is going to want to poke out and shoot soon, I think. So it might be worth staying here. I am worried about tanks arriving on the left. Sort of arriving on that hill there. I'm a sitting duck for them, so I'm going to have to move soon. But while these guys are giving me something to shoot at, the server reticle is so far behind. I've got about 140 ping, and the server reticle is so far behind my reticle. It's really hard. If someone just keeps moving backwards and forwards, it's really hard to get shots on them. Anyway, at least we got one shot into that guy. Oh, this guy's coming down. Yep, we get a shot into him. Now Panzer 1C has moved down there, and he fired some shots at us there. There's a Panzer 2B which just fired a gold round at me. He's pretty desperate. He's in a top tier tank and he fired a gold round at me. Anyway, I think it bounced. Or hit my track. So Panzer 1C over there. Our teammate takes care of him. That's good. I'm still worried about people up there at the actual Abbey itself. So kind of waiting for them. Here we go. T56 GMC, sitting duck. And he's gone. I think we've got a couple of shots into him, so that was good. Back up a little bit here because I'm worried about artillery having a shot at me there now that it knows I was sitting in that bush. Now we can see his empty medium coming down now as well, so... Oh, we don't even get a chance to shot into him. Did he get one shot? Oh, here we go. M2 medium up here. One. I know I'm probably going to get spotted, but I just want to get this damage done. Oh, yes, that was a good kill. Alright, so now it's we've got 6 tanks and they've got 4, so... Oh! Matilda, I've got to get out of the way, he's got 2. That thing only does 55 damage per shot, but it has a very high rate of fire, about 110mm of penetration, and armour that I probably can't penetrate. I think about driving off the cliff here, but I'm not sure how much damage I'm going to take doing that. I'm just going to decide now, see if I can spot the Matilda, so hopefully somebody else can shoot it. Not that anybody... We have got a Matilda nearby. There it is. Oh, I just had a green indicator there for a second. I thought I might have got through the turret, but no. We bounce off the Matilda, and yeah, I'm going to back off, because this Matilda comes up the hill, there is nothing I can do against it. I can't penetrate it, and it can penetrate me with every single shot. We managed to get down without taking any damage, which is a miracle. So what I'm going to do now is... Matilda is slow, so I'm going to try and drive around behind the Matilda and see if we can shoot in the back. That's my plan. I'll go around the back of the hill. Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm dead. The Panzer B2's been spotted up there. I missed that shot. Had a green indicator, which is now gone. There it is. Yeah, we're bouncing off him. Bouncing again. He's penetrating this. I can't back up fast enough. We're hitting him. We've got one shot into him, and then we're dead. Oh my gosh, folks. Look at the bottom left corner of our screen. The Matilda and the Panzer B2 were spamming nothing but gold. Well, yeah. Top tier, and they're both spamming gold. Anyway, it's one of the things that wrecks this game. They now have 4 tanks and we've got 2, so they've stripped us down. Yeah, just 2 basically unstoppable tanks. Our Matilda didn't manage to stop their Matilda, so game over. Yeah, well, it wasn't a great game to finish on, but at least we got to use the gun a bit. These are just 3 games that I played today because all the other games were so laggy that was really not worth showing you. So anyway, we did at least get a few shots on. We got a is it cool headed, that thing, for obviously, or the Panzer 1C or whatever, shots bouncing off us, gave us one of those little medals, which is nice. We finished on top for our team. I can't read the damage there. I can probably read it on the next screen anyway. 34 shots fired for 21 hits, which is better accuracy than the last game, but still not great. Only 12 penetrations out of the 21 hits, which is kind of... We fired a lot of shots at tier 4s, so that was a bit of a problem. 623 damage, that was pretty good for a tier 3 tank. And we received 17, only 6 of them penetrated. Thank you to the Panzer 1C for that. Damage block armor 64, enemy vehicle spotted 2, we damaged 7, destroying 1, and we got a 70 assistance damage. And not much coin because we lost again. Thank you for watching my review of the M1542. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to Reginaldesq. Have fun.